Wade Thompson thought retirement would finally give him silence. The kind of silence his father used to talk about. The kind you earn after a lifetime of work, sacrifice, and holding your ground when the world keeps trying to take what's yours. The morning everything began, Wade stood barefoot on the porch of his family's cabin, coffee warm in his hand, watching fog slowly lift off Lake Maple Ridge. The air was still, the water calm, peaceful. This cabin wasn't just wood and nails. Wade's grandfather had carved it out of the trees with his own hands in 1964. His father spent decades protecting it, first while building power grids by day, then fighting quiet legal battles by night against people who wanted the land once the lake became valuable. When cancer took his father, all Wade inherited was a weathered toolbox, a lifetime of hard-earned wisdom, and 2 acres of black-owned lakefront property that suddenly attracted attention. Wade had been there barely a month. No parties, no noise, no trouble. Then she arrived. A pearl-white Escalade rolled up the gravel drive like it owned the place. Out stepped Evelyn Hawthorne, oversized sunglasses, stiff smile, blazer pressed tight. A badge was pinned to her chest, freshly printed, reading Maple Ridge Property Association. She didn't wave. She didn't introduce herself. She walked straight onto Wade's dock, the same dock his father had sanded smooth by hand, and taped a bright orange citation to his screen door. Structure-damaging community property values, it read. Fine, $500. Compliance required within 72 hours. Wade stepped down calmly. Ma'am, this cabin predates any HOA you think exists. Evelyn smiled like she was correcting a child. Everyone on this lake answers to me, sweetheart. That was the beginning. By Friday, there were more citations. Garden boxes, unsightly. Solar panels, unauthorized. Porch railings, non-standard. Every violation targeted something his father had built. Neighbors stopped making eye contact. A couple whispered apologies, admitting Evelyn had warned them, complain about Wade or she'd come for their property next. Then came the letters. Cease and desist. Legal threats from a city law firm. $3,000 in retroactive violation fees. Threats of a lien on the cabin. That night, sitting where his father once sharpened fishing knives, Wade remembered his words. When someone wants your land bad enough to threaten you, don't argue. Find out why. The next morning, Wade drove to the Cedar Falls County Records office. The building smelled like dust and old victories. A clerk named Martha Quinn recognized his last name immediately. Slowly, carefully, she pulled the original survey documents. The deed was stamped and sealed in 1964. And it changed everything. Wade's property didn't stop at the shoreline. It extended 50 feet into Lake Maple Ridge. The dock Evelyn called illegal sat squarely on family-owned water. And the Maple Ridge Property Association, established in 1999, 35 years after Wade's grandfather bought the land. Evelyn hadn't made a mistake. She had lied, strategically. So Wade dug deeper. He logged every citation, screenshotted every online post where Evelyn called his cabin unsafe, tracked every complaint filed by people who'd never met him. Then he followed the money. Buried in HOA reports were community improvement fees, paid to a company called Ridge View Community Solutions. The address, a P.O. box 2 blocks from Evelyn's house. Landscaping fees, paid to her brother-in-law. Insurance claims filed on clear, sunny days. Emergency dock repairs that never happened. It wasn't mismanagement. It was theft, wrapped in paperwork. By midnight, Wade's dining table looked like a crime board. And he realized something chilling. She wasn't after his cabin alone. She was targeting every property with old deeds and real ownership, pressuring families to sell cheap, then scooping the land. So Wade made one call. Sheriff Daniel Briggs, a man who'd grown up fishing with Wade's father. When the sheriff arrived, he didn't knock. He sat at the table and read in silence. Page by page, his face hardened. "This isn't HOA business," he finally said. "This is a criminal operation." Before Wade could respond, tires screamed on gravel. "Evelyn." She kicked the door open, phone raised, already recording. "This man is refusing compliance." She froze. Sheriff Briggs stood up. "What the hell do you think you're doing in another person's house?" Her confidence collapsed instantly. I thought he was a danger to the community." "No," Briggs said, cuffing her hands behind her back. "You're under arrest." The two men she brought, wearing fake HOA enforcement vests, ran the moment the cuffs clicked. "You just filmed yourself committing a felony," the sheriff said, stopping her recording. "That's evidence." Within a week, everything unraveled. Fraud. Embezzlement. Harassment. Impersonation of authority. Forced property intimidation. The shell companies collapsed. The HOA dissolved overnight. Stolen money was recovered. And the cabin. It stayed exactly where his father left it. Some mornings, Wade still stands barefoot on the porch, coffee in hand, watching fog lift from Lake Maple Ridge. The peace returned, not because she left, but because he refused to bow. And just like his father promised, the world couldn't take what their blood defended.